How we doing, Aries? Welcome to your reading for the second half of February of 2021. This is going to be a general reading, so keep that in mind, and the messages may or may not apply to you. It's also going to be a general reading in the sense that it's going to cover all topics, whatever decides to come through. It's not going to be tied to any specific area of your life. All right, well, we're going to ask the universe and spirit what insight we can gain into your life for the second week of February of 2021 for the sign of Aries, for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Aries. All right, Aries. I'm going to cut the deck a couple times here. Overall energy for you, we have decision. So there is a very important decision that either needs to be made or is in the process of being made right now in some area of your life. It also says to release yourself from that which holds you back. So it might be a decision that is hard to make. It might be something that you are really not wanting to decide upon. But it's also saying that there's unnecessary worry attached to this decision. You're worrying about a decision you're worrying about the minute details of this decision, when in reality, it just needs to be made. And as long as you make the decision, everything's going to be okay. Circle here. Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Let's see what we got for you. All right, Aries. First card is the Sun card. Beautiful card to come out as your first card. Let's get the entire spread out just to see what we got here. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, Aries. So I can see this is a great reading right off the bat for you, Aries. This is most definitely a great reading. Whatever this decision is that you are being guided to make, there's some sort of level of success or a level of admiration or a level of recognition that is attached to this decision. Now we have the Celtic cross spread over here. And I see in these four corners, in your conscious, subconscious, your past, and your near future, we have four major arcana that are crowning each part of your life. And this is significant. And we have the sun in the middle. And this is significant because we have you in the middle. And the sun is shining down upon you, as you can see. And then we have this decision being made. Right? We have the Seven of Cups. There's a decision being made, but light is being shined down on you. Light is being shined down on this situation, and light is guiding you to the right decision that you need to make. And then on all four corners, we have major arcana energies. It's significant because we have you in the middle with the decision that you need to make. And then at each part of your life, there's a major shift happening. So definitely, and most definitely, for most of you that this is going to resonate with, you are going through a major transition, Aries. And this is this is a reading that you don't get very often, that no sign gets very often. This is very rare occurrence. And it's very symbolic of the shift that you're going through. And this decision, I'm not going to be too specific because this is a general reading, but there's an importance. There's a level of importance attached to this decision. And this is why you have this stress or this worry about this decision. It's because there's a level of importance that's subconsciously attached to the decision. Now, although logically, looking at it from a logical perspective, you might think, why am I worrying so much? Why am I worrying so much about this decision? There's a part of you subconsciously that knows that this decision is bringing you or your higher self closer to your being that you are now. You are melding your higher self with your current self. And this is going to take a lot of conscious strength and compassion. You are going to be needing a lot of courageous compassion, because tearing yourself down will not work right now. Tearing yourself down will not work right now. There is a lot coming from this reading as well, because in the recent past, something that is affecting your current reality is your ability to change negative situations into positive. The Temperance card is all about transmutation. And transmutation infiltrates every single part of our lives. And your life, especially right now, Aries, there is a lot happening for you. And for a lot of you, I'm feeling this, that you've been through drastic negative challenges in the past, all varying from one another, very different in each of you and your experience. But the one thing that resonates amongst the whole is the fact that you all transmuted this negative energy or this toxic situation that you were in into some sort of light or some sort of positivity. Now, this can be anything from a drug addiction and coming out and seeing the light and following God's path. This can be from an abusive relationship, coming out and speaking out about it and shining light down. This can be just spreading truth, spreading light in whatever way, but coming from a negative household. It's going to vary for each of you, but there is a significance to this that words might not be able to capture. And as we come down into the second half of the reading with as we get out of the major arcanas, this is describing yourself and your current state of mind. And right here is we have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is you transitioning. So you're transitioning, you're packing up, you're taking your family, as the card is, right? And you're moving. And you're transitioning either because you're being forced to, or you're transitioning because you want to and you need a change. And the reason doesn't really matter, but the fact is that you are transitioning in your life. You are moving from one state to another. You are moving from one area to another, not only physically, but metaphysically. You are moving from stagnation to motivation. You are moving from happiness to abundance, even, moving further. But there's a movement happening. There's some sort of movement happening. And I see this movement as being beneficial, but also challenging. But what Aries does not love a challenge? There's not an Aries I know that does not love a challenge. And the biggest thing is, this transition is such a energetic, punch in the face. But a lot of Aries enjoy fighting, right? They enjoy war. They enjoy the art of war. And so you're taking this challenge on, and you're going head first into the deep end. And it's amazing for you, Aries. As we move on, your house and how it describes your current situation, we have the Ten of Cups. And this is showing that you have a stable, for those of you that this will resonate with, you have a stable household. You have a stable connection with those that are closest to you, and you have a stable family unit. And this is why in both of these right here, you see you picking up, moving from one area to another, either physically or metaphysically. And you see the person has their family with them, right? And in this one, they have their family with them. So it's very strong and apparent, not only in the symbolism, but in the energy of the cards, that you are going to be connected with your family. You are going to bring your family along with you on this journey from stagnation to success, or from peace to joy. There's a lot happening from one transition to the next. But the one thing that remains true is your family and your loyalty to those you love. And that's a significant trait in you, Aries, because a lot of signs would tend to discard and leave if their reality is changing, a complete 180. A lot of times, the people you're with, you can't take them with you to the other side. The reality is just too dire of a shift. So a lot of times you lose those friends and family that you had when you were in one state to the next. That's what happens when you are going through some sort of awakening, or people might think you're crazy, or they might think you're obsessed with spirituality, or you're obsessed with whatever, right? They see a shift in you that is too dramatic. And that dramatic shift, they can't tag along on that ride because it changes everything they know about their life. So this is what happens in the awakening process. It's also happening in your process right now in your life, because there is definitely a shift being had. But the difference is, if you've already been through that awakening in the past, the difference is with this shift, those who you love are coming with you. You're sort of the leader in this sense, where you are at one place, and where you're going, those are going to follow. Those who love you are going to follow. Those who are near and dear to your heart are going to follow. And those who are believing and understanding in your work, or in your decision making, or in your day-to-day life and your belief system, they will follow as well. And you have hopes and fears and wishes, but this is what you both hope and fear. And we do have justice here. And justice is the knowingness, Aries, of the power of, let's just say, God. Justice is fear of God, but it's also the hope of God, or the hope of the universe, whatever term you would like that would best suit your circumstances and your belief system. But let's just use the word God. Justice balances the scales for those that been unduly attacked or unduly charged. Justice affects situations in your life where you have been wrongfully convicted, where you have been wrongfully accused. Justice also comes into play when you have been rightfully, you have been stolen or hurt, and they go and get the perpetrator. So all I'm saying here is the dynamics of justice and your hopes and your fears, because you understand one thing, and you understand that the Most High is the Creator, and the Creator controls our reality. It controls our lives. He controls our lives. She controls our lives. It controls our lives, right? And there's a deep hope and fear that is attached to justice, because you understand that your actions, your behaviors, and the way you go about life, in turn, affects a certain result. And that result comes from either good behavior, or bad behavior. Because if you do bad things and you have bad behavior, you're going to be fearful of justice. If you do good things and you are a good person and you do good works, you will be hopeful of justice, and God provides both. So it's integral that you stay in your character. It's very important that you stay in your light. It's very important that through this transition, you don't get dragged into the depths. And it's important in this decision that you understand your power and who you are linked to. Because your linking is very important. And if you're linked to something spiritually good, it's very hard to go spiritually astray. So keep that in mind. But all these transitions that are happening for you, Aries, it's so integral in your growth and your process as you move further and further into 2021. And you're going to see more and more things start to happen in your life. And you're going to see more and more abundance start to come into your life. And you're going to see more and more recognition start to fall into your lap. And this comes from justice. The works you have been putting in, the things you have been doing for those to you that I am speaking to, there is some sort of goodness that resonates from that. There is some sort of goodness that comes from that. And that goodness is going to shine through. And that goodness is going to really come through. And you will be rewarded, Aries. And I'm feeling it deeply in my heart that you're going to be rewarded in some sort of way. And I can see it in this reading, and I can definitely feel it in this reading. There is some sort of recognition coming your way, and it's very strong, and it's linked to a decision. But Aries, this was a beautiful reading for the second half of February of 2021. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please smash the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. God bless.